Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if this is not your first time. I'm Megan and I am a photographer and a mom of 4 in Virginia. Today's video, we're just going to declutter the kitchen. It might not be perfect because we don't have all day, but we're going to get done everything that we can. Today's video is in collaboration with Sarah, and I hope that you will go check her channel out as soon as you are done watching this video. She is pregnant with her 6th baby, which is amazing. If you need some mom motivation and cleaning tips, she gives some pregnancy updates and decorates her home in a beautiful farmhouse decor style. So go ahead and check her out and let her know that I sent you. All right, back to the kitchen. Since this is a judge-free zone, here we go into my cabinets. I know that some of them are a complete mess. Just kidding about the judge-free zone. I know this is the internet. If you're gonna judge, it'll probably be about this sauce cabinet here because that is not my fault. They are just so nice at our local Chick-fil-A. They have loaded us up when we went recently because they know everybody loves their sauces, and so they gave us a whole bunch extra so we can use them at home too. So the main issue with my kitchen is it's not very large, but it does have a decent amount of cabinet space, and I tend to just kind of try to put things together, which means sometimes there's areas that maybe just don't make sense because they're just so over full. So we're going to work on that today, but if you start and just open every single cabinet you have, you will really be able to see where to tackle first if you're limited on time, and then you can always come back for the areas that maybe don't need as much attention. Clearly, these next few places have a lot going on, and we're going to work on those today.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness...
So for me, since our kitchen is so small, I have to work with one area at a time. I can't just take every single thing out of the kitchen. I know some people recommend that. So I'm going to start with the spices because whenever I go to grab something, I'm always knocking things over. I can't find what I need. So I'm just going to lay all of those out, see if anything's expired, and then we'll move on. I use this cleaner called Thieves Cleaner, and it is non-toxic, plant-based, safe. I love it. It really cleans well in every single area, so it's the only thing that we use in our house to clean. And I am just wiping things down. I'm going to put them back. I thought that maybe I could be cute and lay them flat so I could see what they all are when I grab them, but I think I might actually buy some spice containers so that they can more easily be known when I'm pulling the drawer open, because I just didn't have enough room to make it look cute. So I just had to go back to how it was and stack it, but hopefully I'll have those little containers in soon so I can find them easier when I'm cooking. This might be the point of the project that starts to feel overwhelming, or maybe it's just overwhelming every time you walk into your kitchen because it's just not organized the way that you know it could be. And I'll tell you, it has to get worse before it gets better, but if you spend a little bit of time, I know that that means that something else in your life that day is probably not going to get done, but when you take a look at it when you're finished, it's going to be so worth it to just not be frustrated with your space anymore and have everything clean and organized.
A lonely wind is passing by, tries to carry all the whispers that it finds. The walls are listening when we talk, making echoes as we walk.
I love this cabinet space in our home. It holds so much. The drawers actually pull out, which is nice. But the problem with that is that the drawers tend to get way overloaded because there's just so much that can fit in them. And I'm realizing how many extras I have of things that while I might use every single day, I could just put the extras somewhere else and the cabinet won't seem so overloaded. So I'm going to pile all those up in another area and move them to a different part of the house. We have an area called the storage room in our house, and so that's where I'm going to put these things. I am probably going to have to move things around a little bit to be able to put these extras in there, but it will feel so much better when it's not all being weighed down in the kitchen, because I don't need those items at this point. I'm starting with a little oil organization, and the only ones that I'm keeping are the ones that we cook with, like lime, cumin, black pepper, things like that. They're super tasty and really nice if you don't have fresh herbs on hand. I know you were sitting there wondering, why are you giving your child salt? And it's because when I was a little girl, my grandfather told me if you sprinkle salt on a bird, it will be your pet. So whenever there are a bunch of birds outside, the boys will always come and grab a little bit of salt. It's just funny to me, and one day I'm sure they'll do it to their kids as well, and it keeps them busy. And obviously they've never caught a bird or even gotten close enough, but they still try, and I love it. In our house, we do a lot of natural things, but we also have a couple, basic staples just in case we ever need them. So these items we don't use a whole lot, but I'm just going to tuck them away in the cabinet so they're there if we need them. I would say we started quarantine with a lot more cups with tops. I don't know where they went. We're going to have to do some investigating. But now I realize that I have more room and I can move the school lunch stuff over in the same area as the cups. If you notice, there is a plug back there, which is probably my favorite feature of this cabinet wall. We didn't build this house, but it came with a few nice surprises like that. And now I can just make my smoothies right in that cabinet and clear up the space in another area. I'm not sure what happened with the contact paper. As you'll see, it didn't stick, and I don't know what I did wrong. I feel like it's pretty foolproof, but I don't know if it's just too old or if the cabinet was just still too grimy. Maybe it needed to be sanded down, but it was not sticking at all. I was just gonna lay the paper there, and then I just said, let's move on, and I'll just put something down until we can figure it out. This is just one of those areas that I feel like you just kind of throw things in, right? You just out of sight, out of mind. And so this was definitely needed to just pull everything out, figure out what we need to keep, what doesn't belong in here, and what we can donate and move on, things that haven't seen the light of day in a very, very long time. So I'm just gonna reorganize now. It's not really an area that to me is gonna be pretty, but it's functional, and that is just the best you can do sometimes.
I get a little bit breathless, my thoughts are too big. Can I get some comfort, please? I guess I should have been honest. It breaks in my heart, it's weighing me down, baby. I'm like a river that's overflowed. The sooner you know it, the less do we hurt. Let me speak the truth. I know you don't want to face it. You think it's too late, but I can see past the rain. Won't you lay it on me?
When I got to the pots and pans drawer, I realized I just need to make both of these pots and pans, and so I need to do a little bit of reorganization. So I just moved the Tupperware to a spot to the right that really didn't have much in the drawer. And now you can just go and grab whatever pot or pan you need so much easier and not have to wrestle, especially if you are holding a baby. This makes it so much easier to start cooking. We have so many lids, and I think the only time we probably use multiple ones at the same time is Thanksgiving. So I need to go through and really think about that and organize that a little bit better. We have a lot of cords, and I need to take the time to figure out which ones are actually things that we have, but I'm always scared that we're going to end up needing something and not having it. So if you have a better cord organization, let me know. Clearly, I'm struggling in that area. This is all the things that belong somewhere else, and when you have a small kitchen, it just showed me today how important it is that extras and things that you just don't need to be there need to find a different home. We do have a little bit of a storage space, so I'm going to organize this and put those things away, and then everything up front here I'm going to donate to people who can use them. Thank you so much for joining this kitchen declutter. I hope that it was motivational for you to get something done in your own home. See you next time.